세러데이 쇼다운 KT 롤스터 대 DRX.
Now, DRX will be starting Yehu. It's been almost a year since we've seen him last, and he's been doing pretty well in CL. So a risky choice, I think, considering UCal has been essentially the heart of this team for so much of this year. Speaking of shaking things up, Bull is also stepping in against DRX today. He's only played against KT, and even though we said it was a regulation regarding the loan system, it's actually just an agreement that DNF and KT Rolster have. Incredibly strong here. And the Renata was kind of a no-brainer. When you're all-in these lanes, if the route doesn't connect for Andil, if you misstep, if you're caught out by for any reason, if Krako goes for an earlier gank and Bull starts to get ahead, it gets really tough to play out. I do think they have the correct matchup here. They had a good read putting the Nico in. It's not a free win, like I said earlier, by any means. And I think that for DRX here, Yehu coming in as well after a long time, a long hiatus here, is going to be a big question. I think Closer pulling the Azir out into the Taliyah says he's got a vote of lack of confidence in this Taliyah pick. He's saying, I'm one of the best mids right now. Like,
Kalista going to Bull in game number 1. Seems pretty good for him. Let's see how it goes here in this game number 1. Should work pretty well for them. Even the tempo barrier coming in. Same for Lazy Feel. But the Ren does come through at the end of it all. So I am curious to see how Morgan does on it.
Yeah, we'll have to check in on that later. Sponge is looking for a steal, and he's just going to get it.
Yeah, I mean, there was a control ward that spotted him, but still, just a straight-up flip for the Smite fight, as Sponge will go down. That's first blood given over to Bull. And see, Krako's just not here. He's just going into the enemy jungle, and they know this is going on. So Krako's either trying to steal the red, or trying to gank a Scion.
Yeah, with
stealing the red is fine, but like
across the map, and we're gonna see potentially a contest here. I say that Yehu will have to TP in first. Okay, decides to stop his back. He has Weaver's Wall, but they're just too slow. And bro, this time they're gonna get the objective for free, and maybe more.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna look for Sponge here, who does have flash and ult, but the flash on him from Krako catches him off guard, and Sponge, he just dies. Lazyfield taking 1,000,000 sticks into him as the Ren should come through, but the Renata ult is totally gonna miss, as we do have Lazyfield to just get popped as Bull waits for it, knows how to play with the Renata, still has the bell, but he does go down. After the fact, the Sponge just barely going to clean that one up. Still,
you just know what you're going to get, right? And we knew it in draft. We mentioned it. Fate's Call comes out here. Good flash from Lazyfield. The Renata ultimate here, unfortunately, just a little bit wide. And yet still, Bull is able to time the Rend here on the bailout, gets the kill, and takes out the Nico here just in time with his last martial pose. You can see the arms that was sticking up there.
With these kills and actually be able to carry on into the mid game. As Sponge is going to go for the ult. Feels like more of a zoning ult. Quite literally, just to zone a little space for him to get out. The TP does come out from Closer, but DRX had already backed quite a bit.
Yeah, the timing of this a little bit early for a Dragon take. Trying to find potentially an angle here to contest from the left side of the top lane, but I just don't see it.
Sponge doesn't have his ult, so you're missing one of your main engage options. They're still going to try to go for it as the wall comes down. Palu in a bit of trouble, but it's Kalista Renata, so yeah, just able to press a button. Trading ultimates, I suppose.
Yeah, unfortunately for Yehu and Sponge, the woes of this lack of synergy do continue as Andil.
Going in, Andil might be in a little trouble. No, he's actually totally fine. I mean, Sponge is here. He has his ult. He's about to get his flash, actually. The timing was uncanny that he was about to be ready for it. Now we're just having a TP behind them, and again, Yehu doesn't have TP, so he can't be part of this fight. Morgan coming in here on the Yorick, and not the best flanking character, but in this angle, I feel like it's very good, as Morgan is going to pick up the kill. And now they got a Rift Herald in mid, and yes, DRX got the mid turret, but that's all they're going to get. They're going to lose their mid turret, and they lost the Drake. A bit of pressure in top, but Yehu, he just kind of decided, I'm not helping my team. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah, I do think there's clearly a bit of an issue communication-wise between mid and jungle in this one. And like, if we go to super late game, we'll have like a Jack shows, and here's a Weaver's Wall.
Little opportunity here. Palu just going to set up his ult. Krako is Xinjiao. And Fate's Call available. Nice angle here, though, for Rich to come in from the top lane. Krako in a bit of trouble. Just flashes away. Closer, though, getting to work on the bottom side. And Sponge can't get the kill onto Krako as they go so deep for it. But now Closer is alone, flashing in by himself. As Bull going to take a massive Scion stun to the face and just die. No Ren comes through. Krako also goes down, and DRX turned this fight around. Somehow, some way, as it was a very messy one. And Yehu will pick up the double kill. Morgan just in top pushing.
Bro just over-indexed on the wrong moments. Yehu feeling himself, and he is the most fed member on their team against a Sion that doesn't have TP or anything like that. Like, you have the means to actually fight this straight up, although Rich may be going a little bit too deep here.
We do have the bottom lane coming on up, so Morgan in a bit of trouble, but Krako is down. They just turn on the Lazy Field. That is going to be the kill. No knock up here for Andil, and Lazy Field gets one, Rich gets the other. The rotation quicker for DRX. It's crazy to see, you know, a couple kills in top lane manage to make its way all the way down to the Otacon, but okay, not even going to smite because you don't have to. Can save it for the Drake. They're going to try to extend to the Drake. This is on Vision, though. Can be a bit risky. And now that they started, immediately Bro does come on over. But now Bro's going to start in. Now DRX have the onus on them to kind of stick around.
Yeah, remember that Weaver's Wall still up here for Yehu. Clears that wave. Closer trying to deny his flank, though. Really nice positioning here on the Azir. Here he comes and says no.
I mean... okay, 2 walls, which one is better? Big knockups though from the Nico and the Sion, just insane stuff as in his pull underneath the Dragon, but that's not where he wanted to be. Both AD carries are down, but his 4v5 here, Yehu a bit out of mana though. They're trying to take down Closer, and one knockup will get it done. Very close actually. If he lives there, maybe he has enough. As Yehu flashes away, but he will go down. And no bailout comes through here.
I think we're going to coin
Palu.
A new phrase here, Valdez, as Palu goes down. That's Rise Group, baby!
Oh, God.
The side lane Sion is here with 3 grubs. And he's ulting in.
Yeah, he's ganking. And they're up against a wall and a Sion. And the wall's not going to do too much. They're trying to engage here onto Rich, who I don't think that's the target you want, guys. Krako in a lot of trouble is going to get bailed out and just die. Morgan is also here. I didn't even notice. He's already dead. And, yeah, just going to ult on top of him. Might as well. Free kill here for Lazy Field. And this is giving me... I don't know, Wolf. I think I'm kind of feeling it, you know. Burrow had this early lead, and I think a lot of people got pretty complacent. We're not seeing enough bro tack.
Yeah, I think people
that is the issue.
Love the aggressive setup here for DRX.
Yeah, it's going to wall them off. Kind of a safe wall. Not sure if necessary, but it's going to 100% get them this turret. So they get that inner. Only 10 seconds left, so just going to wait on the 4,000 gold Baron power play, or it was.
Closer does have TP, but good luck.
Yeah, I mean, this vision is denied for the moment. Krako might just have to send it in. Let's see. Nope, not going to go for it. And, it did go down very fast as Morgan's here because, well, this is, again, just one of those team fights where you kind of have to be here. Can't be side laning and give away the Mountain Soul. It's not going to work out very well as follow flash, escape flash from Closer. Now, if Rich is standing here alone, maybe Closer eventually kills him.
Yeah, in 10 years, we'll still be watching it, but...
Still no Void Staff.
Redemption.
Nice engage here from the side of Andil. Is going to get into the corner, but we do have a safe Azir who's doing a decent amount of damage. Sponge trying to take down Closer, but he gets bailed out as well. The tops of the fight is going all the way of DRX, and eventually Closer goes down, and DRX say, oh, we didn't want that dragon anyway. We'll just get a quad kill for Lazy Field.
After what was a rocky mid-game here for Bro. Bro had, I feel like, all the cards in this one, but they certainly did not utilize them to their full potential. And Rich is just going to tank turrets as the Nexus explodes, and DRX take game 1 here. Yehu feeling himself. You know, not the greatest Weaver walls we've ever seen, you know.
Bro, it just looked like it was going to be unlosable for them, and then eventually... the Callista didn't have an impact. Closer fell very far behind. Morgan didn't have any pressure, and it was just over.
Yeah. Okay, Zed.
Zed?
For Krako. But this means that in terms of engage here for Bro, you have Rel, which is decent, but otherwise, like, the gravity field and Varus ult or harpoons, like, there's not a lot of CC, or there's not a lot of ways to lock down this Ezreal. So Lazyfield has a ton of agency in this draft. Now Zed may just be able to blow him up.
Yeah. Either way, guys, we got Trundle, we got Zed in this game number 2. Let's hop out of the rift right now. Because of Fearless, I guess we have to try Trundle.
Comet Varus, by the way. Now Bull, we've talked about this a lot, mostly on the Challengers broadcast when we used to do those officially and then co-stream, but known for on-hit Varus, even when we didn't like that he was playing on-hit Varus. But now he's playing lethality.
About that. We have some trading in mid as well. Saw Yehu go in. Sponge eating a ton of shuriken damage, and he's sticking around. He is going to smite it down, but the red buff is ticking on the Sponge. Follow-up with the flash, and it's so easy! Sponge should have seen that coming.
Hold on.
Okay, they're going to just kill him then. Yeah, Yehu able to get over. Closer not.
That was you can win, especially when you have the wave pushing through. Bull is trying to manage CS as well. Paulo does have this control ward here, but unfortunately Krako is very far away. I don't think this is going to be possible to contest. They can stop Yehu from getting over, but what does that really mean?
I mean, it looks like he wants to get in, but the pillar should zone him away. They want to try to turn onto Yehu, who's just going to go back in. He has Magnet Storm, and now Paulo in a lot of trouble. And he's oh, the stun! The stun had saved him!
That is pretty significant.
Morgan is trying to bait something here. Equalizer coming down. No flash for Rich, who is just going to get Zedded here in just a little bit. Burnt down by Morgan, and Krako didn't even have to ult. Updated it on March 28th. As might have to hold that thought as Morgan's going in here, but he's getting baited actually as the Trundle is here. Flash available for Morgan, but he just elects to die instead. So Rich, nice job baiting him out there. Good timing from Sponge to be up in the top side.
Yeah. So that's cool. I like that. Paulo does not have ult.
Yeah, he's gonna get ulted himself actually. Krako goes in and does a little bit of damage to Sponge. Now we got chains flying in from off screen, but they're not gonna really do anything. Lazyfield does have to flash. Oh, very close to taking him down actually, but still. And Sponge is getting to work on this, but that ult's not going to do all too much, kind of interrupted by the pillar. And now the TP coming in, DRX are just abandoning ship. So they say, we didn't even need this one. Zehu's going in. Got to be careful, just aggressive trade. He's not overcommitting. But yeah, they already have one Drake.
That
happened.
Let's pan over here.
Krako? Okay, he's just going to ult on in. And maybe a turn here on the Sponge, but he's quite tanky here on the Trundle with that Subjugate. And yeah, he's just unkillable at this point in the game. Even the Equalizer comes down, and it's not quite enough. Finally, Bull is able to get some damage in. Lazyfield coming on over as well. Ondel is dead. They're going to leave him with the fishes. And Yehu is playing Silas.
Outplay there with the dash.
Yeah, Ondel's going to Hex Flash this wall, and Morgan is going to flash away, but I don't know. Do they have the damage to take down the Rumble? They do, barely, but Ondel is going to go down. TP does come in, so it's still a win for DRX, but a little bit scary there. And team fighting, as you were talking about. We do have this Rift Herald dropped here in mid. I feel like this might be able to get this mid turret. Not on the crash, but just a little bit more.
Yeah, with this next wave, they should be able to get it. Rich is looking for a flank. He's going to miss that shock blast. That should just be the turret here, and they don't have to hard force. This is a big win for Bro.
Now, eventually.
Now Rich could maybe steal this. Okay, he won't, but that was a little bit weird.
Yeah, it's like they're scrambling to try to get back on the map, but because of that, they just do it slower.
He's knitting a shoe.
He's saying 2-0 or something.
No,
we have an engage here.
Okay, hold on. We'll talk about it later. Is Sponge?
I think he's okay. He just subjugated the Rel, rather. So, yeah.
And he's like, I guess they're not coming. Rich is like, well, I'm not going either. Here to punish Yehu.
Well, that was unfortunate. Sponge is, he's going to subjugate, and he gets a shield. Maybe he lives. No. Bull 1 ability. Oh, Paulo just pops like a balloon as in goes Krako on the Lazyfield. Not a lot of peel for him. He doesn't have flash. No arcane shift. And that's what that Zed is there for. Ondel just on the run. Looks like Rich also going to go down in mid as now we got a Zed ult coming in from Yehu as he's going to get a kill. Hops back. But not a lot of ways to get out of here. Waiting for his cooldowns. Does get over. Immediately stunned. And yeah, just immediately dies.
That's massive.
Is going to get that shutdown. What is this angle?
Orange Degon. He's loving it. And this comp does a lot of damage. And if Paulo's in the right place, they will kill anyone.
They're very deep, engaging onto a Leona. Can they kill Ondel on time is really the question. TP does come in for Morgan, but now we're going to have Bull go down immediately. As Bro are in an awkward spot. The Equalizer's okay. And I feel like DRX could have pushed the envelope a little bit more there, but the Equalizer does.
Yeah, TP coming in as well. Bro.
Yeah, Bro needs to get out now.
I think it might be too late, Valdez. They do not have a turret here.
DRX also playing this very carefully. The engage comes in on a lazy feel. It will be a ton of damage with the Zed on top of it, as now that's a nice trade. And now Yehu going 1v1 versus Morgan. Tries to re-engage, but misses. He's burning down. It's a kill for Bro, actually. As Sponge still chasing Closer. Finally gets the kill, but he will be traded out as Bro win the fight.
It is looking really rough here for DRX if they can't find that Silas flank. He's still flanking. Edge of Night gone.
And he's spotted immediately on the flank. Ondel now going to be targeted here on his flank as they try to go in on a Morgan, but Ondel's getting so low. Flash on into Rich, who will be taken out by Krako, who does take a lot of damage, though. Palu is going to go down. Lazyfield and Yehu are totally fine. Flash on in from Lazyfield. Going to miss that Q, though. It doesn't matter. He's able to hop on in, and our resident Bro is not very happy with this scenario. This would have been the moment for Bro to close it out.
Yeah.
And Ondel made sure that he wasn't a part of that fight. As now, Ondel taking a bunch of damage, but now they're kind of stuck between the pillar and the wall. Ondel is going to go down, though. The counter engage comes in. The equalizer doesn't do all too much. Lazyfield is able to zone everybody away by himself. DRX, they trade supports, but it definitely feels like they're in control of this one as Lazy takes down the turret. Thanks to all my voters out there, especially VN Cast.
Might have just been a bit of Valdez vote brigading. Not sure. Krako, he doesn't have CC.
Yeah, he doesn't have his ability to jump to anyone either. He's going to hop back finally, but taking a lot of damage. Now Lazyfield taking the 1v1, Bull flashing over, and Lazyfield flashes into Closer and just dies. That didn't have to happen.
It didn't have to happen, and he could tell he was a little bit flustered there.
Let's see what Bull has to say about this. Nothing at all.
And Yehu, like you said, he's pushing, threatening this inhibitor turret, and does have the teleport. They need to be decisive, they need to be fast.
They're going in on the Rich. I think he might just die here, but a lot of damage does go to Paulo, and Rich lives somehow. But DRX are being roped into a weird fight. They might just try to keep them around and go for the Nexus.
I mean, yeah, Rich could TP. Rich could TP into the base. He's just going to get away with this back for free. Yeah. Bro have to be fast here.
They're trying to stop the backs. They're not going to be able to. Morgan is going to back. We got double TPs coming in. I don't think DRX can end this game.
I don't think so. Can they win this fight? I don't think so either.
Lazyfield's dead. So is Rich. Should be Infernal Soul for the side of Bro now.
Snap call to go for the end does not work out.
Maybe they just end themselves. Just take the Infernal Soul, guys. That's a good idea, I'd say. Yeah.
They did lose the bottom inhibitor, which means that that's going to have to be dealt with here. But this Baron is fast enough to where I think that if he tried it, they would just empower Baron recall. Yeah, maybe he's frantically knitting. I'm not sure, but...
Oh, he's grabbed onto the chair. Yeah, he's going in on a Morgan, but he's alone. Does he even get the kill? I don't know. Oh, he's going to dash away. We got a pillar here. You even just going to flash for good measure.
So 2,000 gold is a lot, but they want an inhibitor.
There's that damage. This is what Krako's supposed to try to do, and he dies through all the shields.
I mean, he's full build. He's full build. I mean, you know, you mentioned trading your life for it. He doesn't have to trade his life this time. No 80 carry means with the last 45 seconds of this Baron, they can get some real damage done in the base.
I think they might just be able to end it without Lazyfield. You see that Rich is going to have to try to clear the waves. Yeah, who doesn't really do that very well, not against Baron.
They don't have Infernal Soul and Bro do, so they can clear any spawning minions so fast. They have insane poke with this Varus too. The siege is fantastic.
All right, we're going to see a Chaos Storm on the ground as Paulo is going pretty deep, but he wants to get that kill on a Sponge. Yehu goes in. He's got a Storm up here as desperately trying to clear the champions. Krako getting pretty low himself, one chomp away, but it doesn't matter. Sponge only going to get that kill, and we have a series on our hands here, a Rise Group series going to a game number 3.
Look at how much this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone with the builds and this composition for Bro and the Infernal Soul, like that they dwarf DRX in damage. The effective damage matters most at the end of the game, the game-winning fight or the game-winning pick onto the Ezreal with the Zed. I could talk. Games 1 top lane pick. Poppy will get sent to the bottom lane as Krako locks in the Sejuani to round out this draft. Great synergy with the Gwen. And they will swap that. I'm very confident. There we go. And I look at these two drafts, and obviously it's Game 3 Fearless, and things get a little bit murky. Things get a little bit tougher to suss out, like in terms of, you know, when you see two comps like this that aren't necessarily as meta or as strong, which team won out. Sometimes you have to really look into who the players are and what their skill sets are. And when I do that, and I look into these players, I feel like I like Bro's draft way more.
But it all comes down to execution, as it always does. Let's hop on the rift for game number 3.
It just really isn't working right now. And it was the first pick that Rich heavily started playing earlier on this year when he was struggling in Fearless. Oh, the Draven Prio into the center lane is going to mean first dragon goes to Bro. Oh, do you see that? Champion damage.
Sponge did not spell shield the knockback.
He doesn't care. He's got his fear.
He elected not to. And you know what? Could have gotten Sejuani ulted instead, so probably better to save it.
I think we're fighting a little bit. I think they're going to fight a little bit, fellas. I think the champions might attack each other.
Okay. Let's see. We got ults coming on from both sides, actually. Full-on engage into that backline as down goes Sponge immediately. This is the episode where SpongeBob dies, I guess, as down he goes, and now Yehu's in trouble. And Bro, they pull the trigger so quickly that DRX could not respond. We're back in the game. Are we?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, this is where we paused, actually. So, I don't believe we had a proto break. Either way, we're going to be going in. Rich seems to be dead. Takes a big snip to the face, and the knockup comes in. Palu, he is just the better ganking support, and he gets Morgan a double kill.
Oh,
He's like, please. Nice.
He's so happy.
Our UI broke, so I don't know what the gold lead is, but it's probably big. We talked about how the Gwen
I'm gonna guess like
in this matchup.
600 gold.
No TP for Closer to bail him out, so it's just going to be a 1v4. Good luck, Closer!
All right, we'll see what happens. He gets those extra resistances. He does not get feared. They're still going for the dive here. Zondo with Aftershock. It's going to tank it up, but he
Closer's
doesn't have
coming.
flash.
Closer's
he still
coming.
gets away.
He doesn't go all the way.
Meanwhile,
X's.
okay. Just going to pull them back. But still, you know, you take a little fight, you back away, you regen. Maybe you can go for an objective like that. If it gets closer later on, it's still going to be very valuable.
This is not a bug. He's just Gatling gunning the wave. And Yehu's going to engage on him.
Yep, not going to hit the charm,
Pull
but
that flash.
still a ton of damage coming in onto the Corki. And yeah, Closer's going to go down. That's a shutdown. Closer, or rather, Krako does have to flash just to get out of there.
Well, mid turret that goes down first. Bull going to have this charge right behind him. No punish on the Draven. And they're just chilling. I mean, like, side lane control is Closers.
Yeah, which is okay for now, but there's going to be a lot of pressure here in 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's a chill bro and brew game now.
It's a DRX and drink.
Yeah.
It's a bro and brew. Also a bro and brew, apparently. Closer is dead. Not a lot of help for him, as eventually Palu does come over. We got a TP as well, but it's kind of wasted as the play is already done. But yeah, another pick on a Closer.
I think this was the play that was going to be the highest chance of Bro getting something back. That's on the bottom side of the map where they want to have control for this next
It's
dragon.
going to be a flash away from the Poppy ult, so Rich will live. Bit of a follow-up on a Palu. No depth charge here, but potential for another hook to land, and also the Nocturne to come on in, and Palu starts running the other way. As he knows, he is dead. Unfortunately, that's going to give that kill over to Yehu, who really loves it. Take a look at Yehu's items here. Already has the death cap.
Yeah, he's
second.
Control over the dragon. They're going to have that dragon prio. As it looked like when we were looking in the picture-in-picture that this was started off by Bro, but actually it was Rich who started this off, and Morgan. They jumped in like right here, like, oh, Morgan's winning. But Palu flashes in, they actually don't get the kill. And then Yehu shows up, and things change. As Palu's so deep, cannot get away. Ondo plays as well. Nocturnal comes out just for the additional damage. But this is a really big pick. And it is going to, of course, with all the damage onto Morgan.
I mean, they're zoning them away as well. Yehu trying to do his best at that, but this objective will go the way of DRX. Smite comes in. Fight trying to be forced here by the side of Bro. They're going to get their Gwen in it as the Paranoia is used, and it looks like Ondo might be sacrificed here. If they can get this kill over to Bull, that will be huge.
I think that's exactly what they're looking to do.
They definitely should, and they will. That's a very good call, as he does get a massive cash in. Has 2,100 gold now.
Yeah, that was pretty huge. Yes.
와, 야 맛있다 진짜.
So
나
delicious.
개이득이야. 나 이거 1,100원 먹었어. 1,400원.
It's his first kill of
Big money. And now we're in fighting over the blue buff. The Sponge in a lot of trouble. He's quite tanky actually for an Nocturne, but he's still going to go down as Clorky gets the kill. We got a 1v1 on the left side here. Morgan just bullying Rich out a little bit. No Baron just yet, but we got a minute until it. Just going to be the kill for now.
Yahoo looking for something.
Okay. He's making plays. He's trying to do something. He's going back in, and he's got one more charge. He's going to be keeping a close eye on that one. The charm is very good, but can they get the follow-up? Yes, they will actually. LazyField going to get that one, as now one stun could do it. Morgan just going to snip him to death instead, as they do go very deep for this, but now Rich is here. Looking to get the follow-up. This Ambessa could go crazy in this fight, as Bo is in a lot of trouble. He will be going down. Clorky can't get away. That's another one going to Rich, as he has gone insane mode in this fight, and he will pick up the double by the end of it all.
This is, right now Morgan has bottom side control, but isn't actually relevant in the fight, as Yahoo's looking for a really cool angle. Love that control ward.
You got the Poppy ult here. Finally going to come through, but that's just the Nautilus. And Yahoo's here. I mean, it's going to do a huge chunk, and that sets up the Ambessa perfectly. As will they even get the kill? I'm not even sure. There's a ton of pokes come out. They're going to get a couple of kills outside of that, but the snowball continues rolling as they get that Ocean Drake.
It's almost interesting that Bro even showed up to be in the area, because it's gone.
Right now, kind of taking the nickname of his of the guy he replaced in Teddy at this point in the game. Trying to turn on to Rich here, but again, he has GA, and the turn from the side of DRX is so quick. And Bro, seriously underestimating the ability for them to turn into this one, as Paulo gets the knockaway, but this fight is already over. I mean, Bull is charmed, he's dead, it's a triple. We got a penta angle for LazyField. Quadra comes in.
More.
Paulo's on the run. He's not going to give this one over. He is quickly running to the fountain. And I don't think he's going to give the Penta over, but it's still going to be a win here for DRX.
You deny the Penta, but you can't stop the DRX upset that only Wadid saw coming.
Paulo's back. He's going in. He's giving it over. And it goes to Sponge.
Oh man, LazyField, he said something really loud when that happened, and I'm not sure what he said, but it might.
No.
We'll either find out what he said in the closing comms, or it will be edited out. GG to this one, DRX upset Bro.
That's who I would put my vote to. Sponge says, it's Yahoo. And Yahoo says, yeah, I know.
You think it's not going to be tougher later?
Wow.
You think Bros aren't going to have bigger struggles later, D-Gon? Come on. LazyField did numbers.
Yeah. Honestly, Rich and LazyField had great games too, but Yahoo was the POM.
I'm out. He had a good series, okay? I'll give it to him. Like, his Kai'Sa was really good in game one. His Kai'Sa was good in game one.
Kai'Sa was good too.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POM interview translation. We are here with LazyField on the side of DRX. Congratulations! This is your first POM and everyone is going so wild for you. And with the round 2 coming to an end, you took a meaningful victory. How do you feel?
Ở tuần thi đấu cuối cùng cũng như là chúc mừng bạn với lại cái POM đầu tiên. Thì không biết cảm xúc hiện tại của bạn như thế nào?
Dạ thì lần đầu tiên em được POM ở LCK nên là em cảm thấy rất là vui ạ.
LCK에서 POM 받는 게 처음이라서 행복이 터질 것 같아요.
No, this is my first POM in the LCK and I am just bursting with excitement and I'm so happy. And so far, playing on the stage in Korea, how has your experience been? How are you liking it playing with your teammates?
Bình thường mình ở nhà với nhau như thế nào?
Bình thường thì em với mọi người sống cũng bình là không có gì khó khăn hết, nên là cũng không có gì đặc biệt xảy ra, thì sống rất là vui ạ.
네, 저희는 어려움 없이 잘 지내고 있습니다.
You know, there are no difficulties. We're really getting along very well, our whole team. And today, Yahoo played as the mid starter today, and with not enough time to play together, what was the practice process like?
Thì thật ra em với Yahoo đã đánh ở LCK Seoul rồi, nên là khi mà Yahoo có được con up lên thì em nghĩ là cũng phối hợp bình thường đấy ạ.
네, 사실 저랑 예우 선수 2군에서 같이 지낸 시간을 좀
To be honest, you know, I think us having experience playing in CL with me and Yahoo, I think despite the lack of practice in LCK, I think it was really easy to get used to and adjusted as a team.
어떻게 생각하시는지도 궁금합니다.
And Kalista has been a popular pick lately, but she's still a high ban card. So with DRX giving her away in game 1, what are your thoughts on Kalista?
Vì team của em đã gặp Kalista rất là nhiều kể cả đánh giải hay là đánh trong luyện tập, nên là em tự tin với việc bên kia sẽ beat Kalista và sẽ có tướng để đối đầu, nên là team em không nghĩ về nhiều Kalista rồi.
네, 사실 저희 팀의 LCK에서도 또 스크림에서도 상대로 칼리스타는
To be honest, on LCK and during scrims, I think we had a lot of experience with Kalista. I think we were just comfortable giving Kalista away, and we just mainly focused on just playing out our own game afterwards. And in game 2, there was an incident where we got a Rek'Sai pick all of a sudden, and Rich looked so flustered and Sponge looked furious. So, what did you guys say to each other?
Thì lúc đó là mọi người có thấy được là cái biểu cảm của tuyển thủ Sponge lúc đó là không có được vui lắm ấy, có vẻ là anh ấy hơi bị giận một tí. Thì không biết là tình huống thật sự lúc đó như thế nào?
Thì lúc đầu thì tính bích cho mình là tên đồ, nhưng mà anh Rich ảnh bấm vào khu rừng, sau đó tìm tên tên đồ thì tên đồ không có ở đó mà nó nằm ở vị trí chí top, nên là nó đã random bích và Rek'Sai. Thì lúc đó chắc là Spongy ảnh bất ngờ nên là ảnh hơi hoảng.
사실 그 당시에 그 화난 거보다는 좀 당황했습니다.
In the moment, we weren't really, well, Sponge wasn't actually angry or furious. He was actually pretty flustered, and it's because
정글에서
Rich,
다치셨으니까 트런더는 안 나와가지고 그래서
you
랜덤으로
know,
걔가
because
되었으니까
we were supposed to pick Trundle. I think that's what really made him really flustered, because we were just talking about, you know, what we were going to play top and jungle, and because Trundle wasn't the one that we saw on the screen, I think that's why everyone was a little flustered there. And in game 3, the enemy picked Draven after seeing your Senna, revealing their intention to take Cryo and play aggressively in lane. So what was the game plan?
Thì em nghĩ là khi mà team của em thì sẽ không nghĩ về Raven đâu, nhưng mà chắc có em nghĩ là về Raven, nên là khi ở lượt 4 và lượt 5 thì em tính kêu mọi người là ban thử đi, nhưng mà không ngờ đối phương bút ở lượt 3, nhưng mà em cảm thấy là Gumayusi trong tay của Raven trong tay Gumayusi Kera mới đáng sợ, nên là em nghĩ cứ farm là win thôi ạ.
네, 사실 저희는 드래곤은 예상하지 않았는데 저만
No, Draven wasn't an expected pick,
생각하다가 근데 상대가 3비
but we were just thinking, you know, there's no way maybe there will be a Draven, but, you know, obviously the enemy played Draven, and in my experience, you know, Gumayushi's Draven might be pretty scary. I think this time around, though, maybe it wasn't as intimidating, so that actually made the game a lot easier. And in game 3, we almost got your first pentakill, but we got a Sponge penta steal instead. So are you okay with this?
Em chỉ quan tâm tới chiến thắng, nhưng mà lúc đó em có kêu penta thật, nhưng mà em nghĩ chiến thắng thì sẽ quan trọng hơn, nên là có ăn thì cũng không sao ạ.
네, 사실 그때는 제가 펜타는
You know, in the moment, I did call for that penta. I said penta, but you know, in the end, what matters the most, what I care about the most is that we win. So no, I don't resent Sponge. And there's only one match remaining in round 2, and it is against KT. What mindset will you play with?
Em nghĩ là phải thi đấu được tốt và lấy chiến thắng cuối cùng để lấy tinh thần và luyện tập cho giai đoạn tiếp theo ạ.
저희는 꼭 열심히 하고 그 다음에
We will
이기고
try our best
기반으로 그 다음
and make sure that we win.
좀 더 열심히 하고 좀 더 좋은 결과를 보여드리겠습니다. 감사합니다.
And we'll make sure that we do even better moving forward. Thank you so much for your support. And that's the end of the interview with Lazy Feel, and back to the space. Thank you.